to share with you is how you can change your life by changing your water. During this 60-minute presentation, I am going to talk about one very special type of water called Kangen water. And during this presentation, you are also going to hear about the machine that creates the Kangen water, the Levelook SD501. Let me be very clear, during this presentation, I am not selling water. And definitely, I am not selling a machine. What I am selling is good health. So how many of you want good health? Everyone needs good health. And the second thing that I'm also selling is an opportunity to change your lifestyle. So how many of you really want to change your lifestyle? Everyone. So let me start with the basics. First thing is, the human body is the greatest self-healing system in the world. There is no machine that can heal itself like the human body. In spite of being the most powerful healing system in the world, according to WHO, the top 5 causes of death worldwide are: number 1, cardiovascular disease; number 2, cancer; number 3, stroke; number 4, respiratory disease; and number 5, diabetes. All these problems don't come from outside. They come from within the body because our healing system, our repair system has been compromised due to various reasons. And once these problems come, what is the first thing we do? We go to the doctors. And doctors put us on medications. For how long? It would be lifelong. And the second thing that the doctors advise us is what? To change your food habits. For how long? Once again, lifelong. And the third thing which our friends really suggest us is to take supplements. And once again, how long? It's lifelong. By taking these 3 things, we are able to slow down the disease up to a certain extent. But are we able to reverse it or stop it? The chances are very slim. Why? Because we are missing the most important substance in the world, which is also in our body, that is our water. And why is water the most important substance? Basically because more than 70% of our body is water, and our focus is only on the 30%. Let me give you one small statistics. Today, when we talk about anyone going for any medical conditions, people go to the Western countries, to the US. Why? Because medically, US is one of the most advanced country in the world. But if I go to the Google and search the healthiest countries in the world, US ranks around 38 or 39. No one goes to Japan for any medical conditions. Why? Japan is nowhere in the medical rankings. But when it comes to the healthiest nations in the world, Japan ranks in the top 5. What is the reason? The difference is the focus. US focuses on 3 things: food, medication, nutrition, and Japan focuses on the 70% of the body. They say if you can change your 70% of your body, you can change your whole life. And what is 70% of our body? Water. So they say if you change your water, you can change your life. And that's one reason why Japanese are one of the healthiest countries in the world, and the people are able to have such a beautiful, healthy life for a very long time. And they are the world leaders in water technology. Now when it comes to us, generally when we talk about water, especially the drinking water, we look into water only in a single dimension. We only talk about dirty water or clean water. And whatever machineries that we are having today at homes or in the offices are all machineries that convert the dirty water into clean water. And they are all called water purifiers. And today I am definitely not going to talk about water purifiers because everyone requires clean water. I am going to talk about another aspect of water which many of us might be hearing for the first time. That is something called bad water that harms our body on the long-term drinking. And there is also something called good water that heals our body on the long-term drinking. So what would you like to give to you and your family? Bad water or good water? Of course, we want only the good water, but many of us are not aware what is the difference between bad and good. We only know about dirty and clean. Let me give one small example to differentiate clean and bad. We know that there are restaurants like Pizza Hut, McDonald's and KFC. The food is very clean. But on the long term, once you start eating that, is it good for the body or bad for the body?
Bad for the body.
Bad for the body. So in the same way, most of the waters that we are drinking are very clean, very pure, no doubt about it. But most of the waters that we are drinking are slowly harming our body. In fact, I would go one step ahead and say the water that we are drinking is slowly killing us. Be it our tap water, be it our RO water, or be it our bottled waters. And you can see that live demo in the next 20 minutes. Now, if these are the bad waters, what are good waters? And that's where the Japanese come in. So the Japanese were searching for good waters for the people of Japan, because you know the whole of Japan has been contaminated after the Hiroshima bombing. Even today the water of Japan is very, very acidic. So they were researching and they were finding out sources where they could get very good water for the people of Japan. So during the research, they began studying all the waters from the deep springs, which have very powerful healing benefits. And generally people call those waters as miracle waters. And if you go to the net, you will find that miracle waters are found in Lakote in Mexico, a well. Same way, Nordenau in Germany, where the water comes seeping from the caves. And also Zamzam in Saudi Arabia, which is the holy water for the Muslims. And also Lourdes in France, which is the holy water for the Christians. All these waters possess miraculous properties, and that's the reason they are called natural miracle healing waters. And they are able to heal the body. So the Japanese started studying these waters and were finding out what was the science behind how these waters are able to heal. They started studying these waters and found that all these waters have certain common properties. So in 30 years, they not only found out the exact reason why these waters are healing, they also devised a machine that could convert the regular tap water into healing waters. And they started introducing these waters in the hospitals of Japan in 1974. And since 1974, many hospitals in Japan are having these waters. And not just that, once people started getting very good benefits from the water, they found out that people, after getting well from the hospitals, they used to come back to the hospital once again carrying cans to carry the water from the hospitals. That's the time the company realized that this water is more important for homes. But having big machines in homes is not possible. So it took them 20 years to downsize the machine, which is costing lakhs and lakhs of rupees, to a machine that could be affordable by the general public. And in 1994, that is 20 years after the water being introduced in the hospitals, they introduced this same water in the homes of Japan. So the first medical grade domestic device in the world was introduced in 1994 in Japan, and since then many domestic households are drinking this water. And why is this water so special? Because of the three properties, and this water with these three properties is called as Kengen water. The word Kengen, it is a Japanese term which means return to the origin. So the Japanese people believe that once you start drinking Kengen water, your body goes back to its original state, where your energy levels are high, your healing capacity is high, your immunity is high, and your body performs miracles. So how many of you want to lead a life like this? Everyone. So all they say is just keep drinking Kengen water. The three basic properties that are there in Kengen water are: number one, antioxidant property; number two, alkalinization property; and number three, microclustering property. Let me explain this with a live demo. First, let me get into this property called antioxidation. We all know oxygen is very, very good for the body, right? But oxygen also has certain negative effects. What is that? That is the process of rusting, or which is otherwise called oxidation. And if this oxidation is not taken care in the right time, it also breaks metals. And it's the same oxidation that is responsible for the breakdown of fruits and vegetables when exposed to air, water and sunlight. And it's the same oxidation that happens in our body in and out. You know that as a human, we consume at least 550 liters of oxygen per day. And around 2% of that actually becomes harmful for our body. They are called free radicals. And the free radical stress can be seen on the outside, the changes in the skin. But are we able to see the changes within us? No. But we are able to experience the inner changes through 70 chronic diseases like diabetes, arthritis, heart problems, joint problems, and all this because the organs inside are getting oxidized. For the skin, what is our solution? We put many anti-oxidizing creams. But what about the rusting of the heart, the lungs, the kidney, the pancreas? We are doing nothing about it. So that's the reason what we need today is antioxidants, both inside and outside. And that's the reason doctors advise us eat a lot of fruits. Today there are thousands of companies that make antioxidants. They market antioxidants alone. In fact, the antioxidants market is more than a $5 billion market in the world. In spite of all this, these antioxidants are not that effective. Why? Because they are still addressing less than 30% of our body. And the 70% of the body is still left untouched. Today I am going to show how this Kangen water could replace this 70% and give complete protection to your body inside and outside. Now the question is, how to test whether any liquid is oxidizing or antioxidizing? Now imagine I have a fresh fruit and a bottle of water. I kept it on a table. I walked out and came after a week or 10 days. What happens in this 10 days? Both the fruit as well as the water gets oxidized. But the aging of the fruit we are able to see in the form of spoilage. So what do? We throw the fruit away. But in the water there is no change in color, taste or smell. So what do? We drink that water. Now the question is this water not as bad as eating the bad fruit?
Yes.
Of course it is. But since we are not able to see the changes, we drink the water. But what we cannot see today, we can measure through a special meter called an ORP meter. Just like we can measure fever by a thermometer, we can measure the blood pressure by a sphygmomanometer. Same way, we can test whether a liquid is oxidizing or antioxidizing through this meter called a ORP meter. Once you put the probe of this meter into the liquid, and if it shows a positive reading, that means that liquid is already oxidized. And higher the positive reading, the more oxidizing it is and the more harmful to our cells. And if the same liquid shows a negative reading, that means that liquid is antioxidizing. It is filled with antioxidants, which is able to quench the free radicals and protect our body from aging. So which water is good? The positive water or the negative water? Of course, it is the negative water which is good, which is able to quench the free radicals. Now let me straight away go to the demonstrations here. I have got here different brands of popular waters in the Gulf region. So first thing I've got here, one of the most popular brand, that is Masafi. Okay, so let me pour a little water into this glass. Now one more popular brand in the Middle East is the Arwa brand, and another popular brand in the Gulf is Al Ain. So let me pour even this water into this. Now let me go to one international brand, and that is Aquafina. So let me even take a sample of Aquafina. And now I'm going to a brand that represents all the carbonated drinks, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Miranda, and I'm just taking this Sprite because this is clear and we are able to see the changes very clearly. So I'm going for Sprite, and now here I'm going to the tap water, put into this, and here is that same tap water which has been transformed into Kangen water using the SD501 machine. And what I have here is the pinpoint ORP meter. This can read a reading from minus 2000 millivolts up to plus 2000 millivolts. So first let me put this into Al Safi. So it has gone up to 135. That means there is no negative sign in front of it. That means it is oxidizing. Okay. Now let me go to the Arwa. So Arwa, this is also a bottle brand, and you can see here the reading is 160 and still rising. In fact, it has gone up to 170. So this is also equally oxidizing. Good or bad for the body?
Bad.
Bad. And now let me take the next water, Al Ain. So the moment I put into Al Ain 200, That means this is also still oxidizing. And now let me go to the global brand, that is Aquafina. And Aquafina, you can see the reading is here still above 200. Now let's come to the drinks of many favorite people. We all know that this carbonated sodas are good or bad for the body? Bad. But exactly why they are bad, we're not sure. And one of the reasons why they are bad is, if you look at the ORP of this sodas, they are well over 380, 390. In fact, they are highly oxidizing. And when you start drinking this, in fact, it has gone up to 400 and above. That means these waters are so very oxidizing that by drinking these liquids, you are aging at twice the speed. Now let's come to the tap water here. And the tap water we are seeing here, it's around 260. And now this same water has been converted into Kangen water. And what is the reading that you can see?
Minus 600.
Minus 600 and above. In fact, it has gone up to minus 600 above. That means among all these waters, Kangen water is the only water that has the capacity to quench your free radicals and protect your organs from oxidative stress damage. This is what we have seen. All the waters are 200 and above. In fact, the sodas are 400 and above. And only Kangen water has an ORP of minus 400 and above. And even if you take a fresh orange juice, the ORP of the orange juice is around minus 80. Many of us drink green tea. Why? Because it's a very good antioxidant. Even if you take green tea, if you measure it out, the ORP is around minus 100. But the sad part is, we make this green tea with waters that are already oxidized. That means you're getting the nutrients from the green tea, but you're losing the antioxidant property of the green tea, the main purpose why we are drinking the green tea. In fact, it has been proven, drinking 1 glass of Kangen water is equal to drinking 30 cups of green tea. So that's the reason this is one of the most powerful antioxidant that can protect your cells from oxidative stress. Now, why is this minus voltage very important? For that, I want to take you through a book called Killing Cancer, Not People, written by the director of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. In this book, Mr. Robert G. Wright has mentioned about Dr. Jerry Tennant, who has written a book called Healing is Voltage. And in his book, Dr. Jerry Tennant has mentioned that we maintain our health and heal primarily by making new cells. And to make new cells, we require a voltage of minus 50 millivolts. Which of the waters is actually providing that voltage? Only Kangen water. Now let me ask you one very small question. Now imagine that you want to make an omelette. So generally people will tell, for making an omelette, what do we need? Egg, onion, turmeric, salt, pan, stove, everything. That means you've got the raw materials, you've got a clean pan and everything. But without the match, without the fire, can you make an omelette?
No.
So same way, you might have all the nutrition, you might have taken all the toxins from your body, but unless you have that minus 50 millivolts, your body is not able to heal. And that's exactly what is mentioned in this book. One can take all the medications you like, do as much of surgery as you like, but you will not heal unless you have minus 50 millivolts, raw materials and the lack of toxins.
Wow.
And Kangen water is the only water that can help you in all these three put together. You will see in the next 15-20 minutes. In fact, our heart requires a voltage of at least minus 120 millivolts. So this is the water that is giving back the energy to your heart so that your heart is functioning efficiently. So given a choice, which waters would you choose for your family? Any other water or Kangen water? 100% it would be Kangen water. Now, documentation. That's what everyone needs. For the documentation, you can go to this website called www.ncbi.mnlm.nih.gov, where the documented report, electrolyzed reduced water protects against oxidative damage to your DNA, RNA and protein. Why? Because the free radical quencher here is the hydrogen ion, the smallest known element, so which is able to penetrate your body, penetrate your cells, penetrate your nucleus and also protect even your DNA and RNA, which most of the antioxidants are not capable of penetration. In fact, once you start drinking this Kangen water on a regular basis, what you're actually doing is you're protecting your organs, your kidneys, your joints, your lungs, your brain, your immune system, your blood vessels, your skin, your eyes, your heart. You're protecting each and every organ of your body. You are giving 100% protection to your body when you take Kangen water and with the right nutrition and the detoxification. So once again the same question, which water do you like for your family? Any other water, Kangen water?
Kangen water.
100% Kangen water. So with so much protection, it literally slows down your aging. Let me ask you one very small question. Here on the screen I have got two gentlemen here. By their looks, what is their age difference? What should be the age difference between these two people? 65 and above.
70.
And how much is this gentleman look like?
45, 48.
Around 40. Okay. In fact, this person here is Mr. Hironori Oshira, who is our CEO of Energic. And this person here is the Energic USA Business Advisor. And this photo was taken in 2009, and both are of the same age, 69 years. Does Mr. Oshiri look 69? Not at all, because he has been drinking this Kangen water for the last 38 years. And this was the photo taken in 2009. I will show you a very recent photo which was taken last month in the US, and you can see he looks younger than what he was in 2009 at the age of 78. He looks much younger than what he was 6 years back. So this has not only stopped aging, it has even reversed your aging process. So how many of you at the age of 70 want to look, feel and experience 40? Everyone. So all you have to do is drink Kangen water. So that was the first property of the Kangen water, which proves that you can. Now let's get on to the second property, that is the alkalinization. See, humans by nature we are alkaline. The proof of this is whenever a child is in the mother's womb, the amniotic liquid in which the child is has a pH of 7.5. We all know 7 is neutral, above 7 is alkaline and below 7 is acidic. And as long as the child is having that pH of 7.5, that is slightly alkaline, it is in the best of its health. And that is called the original state. But after birth, the body starts becoming acidic. And when it starts becoming acidic, the child is facing a lot of problems. That means acidity creates more problems. And second thing, we also notice that when a mother is carrying a child in the womb, the mother faces a lot of problems. Why? Because the child takes away all the alkalinity from the mother and the mother's body becomes acidic. Doctors call these problems as gestational problems. She faces the problems of vomiting, thyroid, diabetes, fatigue, arthritis, joint pain. So all these are happening to us when we become acidic. In this case, it is the childbirth that is making the body acidic, but in today's world, the whole environment, the life, the urbanization is making us so acidic that we are faced with the problems that I mentioned throughout our life. In fact, even doctors have written many books that if you really want to be healthy, your body has to be slightly on the alkaline side. In fact, if you look at our body, the pH of different parts of our body, in our body only two things are acidic. One is our stomach and second is our skin. The rest whole, you can even see the pancreatic secretion, that is the insulin, having a pH of 8 to 8.3. But the most important pH that we have to note is the pH of our blood, which is always between 7.35 and 7.45. And that's the most important pH of our body. Because at that particular pH, our blood is able to perform miracles. And to maintain this, the blood does anything. So whenever our body becomes acidic, what does the blood do? It looks for alkaline buffers. If the alkaline buffers are there, it will take out the alkalinity from there and maintain its pH. But if you don't, it doesn't find the alkaline buffers, what does the blood do? It goes to various organs and steals the alkalinity from them. It goes to the teeth. And what is the alkalinity in the teeth? Calcium. It starts taking out the calcium. Blood is okay, problem with your teeth. It goes to your bones. What is alkaline in the bones? The calcium and magnesium. It takes out the calcium and magnesium, problem with your bones. It goes to your muscles. It takes out the electrolytes. Blood is okay, problem with your muscle fatigue. And it goes to the insulin and takes out the pH. And the pH of the insulin starts dropping. And whenever the pH of the insulin drops below 7.6, insulin is not able to bind with the cells. So the fact is, the more acidic your body becomes, the blood tries to neutralize that by taking out the alkalinity from different parts of the body. And that process is called health cure crisis which leads to degenerative diseases like acid reflux, diabetes, cancer, osteoarthritis, stroke, fibromyalgia, constipation, gout, and even kidney failure. And if I talk about cancer, in 1931, Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg received a Nobel Prize in 1931. He proved that the cause of cancer is acidosis and hypoxia. Too much of acid in the body and lack of oxygen in our cells. And he also proved that cancer cells are anaerobic. They do not breathe oxygen. So when our body is getting less oxygen, the cells adapt to living without oxygen and they multiply faster than the healthy cells, and that's what gives rise to the cancer cells. But he also found out that cancer cells cannot survive in the presence of high levels of oxygen as found in the alkaline state. In short, what he said was cancerous tissues are acidic and healthy tissues are alkaline. So if we really want to be healthy, should our body be slightly alkaline or should it be acidic? It has to be slightly alkaline. But when we come to the reality, the first thing is the air that we are breathing in the cities is very, very acidic. So what is happening? Every time we are breathing, our blood tends to become acidic. When it tends to become acidic, it takes out the alkalinity and our degeneration process is on every single second. What about the food? More than 80% of the foods that we are eating is acidic. And you can see eggs, oats, fish, tea, sugar, beer, wheat, coffee, wine, coke, all these are acidic. That's constituting more than 80%. So what is happening? The blood is tending to become more and more acidic. So what does the blood do? Taking out more and more alkalinity every single second from your various organs. That means you're prone to more and more degeneration. The fact is, if you want to stop this every single second degeneration, you have to find a way where you can take your body back to the original state. That is called the original state of pH 7.35 and 7.45. Now the question is, can we change our air? No. Can we change our food? No. That means it is mandatory that we have to change our water. Today, even neutral water cannot help bring the body back to the original state. You need to have a water which is having a pH of minimum 9 to 9.5, which can pull your body back to the original state on a daily basis. But the fact is that our air is acidic, our food is acidic, and the water we are drinking is more acidic than we think. And to find whether a liquid is acidic or alkaline, all we have to do is take the pH drops and test whether this liquid is acidic or alkaline. This is, you must have done this test in the schools. So when I put these drops into the water, the color of the water changes to any of these colors. The right color for us, the water has to change to dark blue or purple, and anything above that is of no use. So let me put 4 drops into each of these waters. One is Safi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arwa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aquafina. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sprite. 1, 2, 3, 4. The tap water. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the Kangen water. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me stir up the Arwa, Alain, the Aquafina, the Sprite, the tap water, and the Kangen water. So you can see a very colorful display here. So by just seeing this color, if you match, where is Masafi? It's around 6.5. Slightly acidic. Good or bad for the body?
Bad.
Bad. Once again I tell, these waters are very clean, pure, no doubt about it. Now let me take Arwa. So it's also more or less the same, around 6 to 6.5, slightly acidic, which is once again not able to do the work of taking the body back to the original state. Now if I talk about Alain, it's little better. In fact, it is more or less neutral. But even the neutral water is not sufficient to take our body back to the original state. And now let's come to Aquafina. And Aquafina, if you see, it is around 5.5. It is more acidic than the other waters. So that is very bad for the body. Now let's come to the favorite drinks that we all drink, which is it? The sodas. And if you look at the sodas, the pH is around 2.5 to 3. In fact, this is 50,000 times more acidic than normal water. because when I go from the neutral, this is 10, this is 100, this is 1000, this is 10,000, and that is 1 lakh. So this is anywhere between 2 and 2.5. That means this is 50,000 times more acidic than normal water. So how many of you still want to drink this? Now let's come to the tap water. Like I said, the tap water is slightly alkaline. It's better than most of the bottled waters. But one thing, let me tell you, what do they put in the tap water for cleaning it? The chlorine and the fluoride.
Correct.
Okay, and if they put the chlorine and the fluoride, the pH of this water should show as 2.5 to 3. But why is it showing neutral? Because if highly acidic water starts getting into the pipes get rusted faster. For protecting the pipes from rusting, they put a chemical into this called lye, which has a pH of 14. That raises the pH and gives you the neutral water. Now, this same tap water has been converted into Kangen water, and as you can see, pH of this is above 9. So this is the best water that your body can drink, so that you can bring the body back to the original state. So once you start drinking Kangen water on a regular basis, what happens is your body slowly, depending on the quantity of water that you drink, 2 liters, 3 liters, we know that for every 20 kgs of a body we have to drink 1 liter of water. So once you start drinking 2, 3, 4 liters depending on your body weight, anywhere between 8 to 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, your body slowly returns back to the origin. When it starts returning back to the origin, your body can perform miracles. So let's practically test whether your body is coming back to the original state. So let me take Kangen water and pour into each of this. So first, Masafi, you can see the body is becoming alkaline. Arwa, the body is becoming alkaline.
Wow.
And when I take Alain, once again, it's becoming alkaline. And once I take Aquafina, once again, the body is becoming alkaline. If I take the tap water, it easily becomes alkaline. I was so happy when I saw this demo, because I used to be a vivid drinker of all the sodas. I thought now all I have to do is drink whatever I want and just drink Kangen water. So let's test whether this Kangen water can neutralize even this acidity. And when I pour this, I am pouring more and more, no change. In fact, if I would just want to neutralize this 7-Up or Pepsi or any of the carbonated drinks, I have to put for each 1 glass of the sodas, I'll have to put 33 glasses of Kangen water just to neutralize. So very acidic it is. Okay, and now still, why is this bad? You all love your children, so you want your children to take this or no? No. So you must know why it is so bad. Imagine that now you all become healthy by drinking the Kangen water. Okay, in 8 to 10 days your body has come back to original state, and this is already diluted soda. So diluted soda, which is diluted maybe 1:4 times. So even if you tell after that, even if you put the diluted one back to your bodies, what happens to your bodies? Notice, your body is going back to acidity. 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 Even this water gets back to acidity, and this is pure Kangen water. It even destroys Kangen water.
Oh.
So first thing is, if you really want to be healthy, avoid drinking the sodas. And if this is shown to the children, they will be the first people. You don't have to tell them not to drink. The children will tell parents, don't drink, because the health is the most important thing for any family.
Correct.
Okay. So once you start drinking this Kangen water on a regular basis, so what happens? Your body, when it comes back to the original state, your blood will not disturb any organ. So what happens? All your organs will start functioning in the normal way. So is the water working or is your body working? The body is working. The water only brings the body to the original state, to the equilibrium, where your organs start working in a very big way. So this water makes your body work. So that is one of the most holistic way how you can come back to the original state, and you can reverse many chronic diseases. So that's the reason we tell, due to the second property of alkalization, Kangen water helps reversing chronic diseases like diabetes, cancer, kidney problems, gout, and many such problems which we thought earlier were not reversible. So how many of you want to keep all the chronic diseases away from your life, from your family? Everyone. So which water would you prefer for your family? Any other water or Kangen water? Property, microclustering. We all know that water is the ultimate transportation system within our body. And today we are taking the best nutrition for the body to take it. But we are still facing the problem of lack of nutrition. Why? Because most of the nutrition is not able to get into our cells. Problem number one. Problem number two, for the last 20-25 years, we have been eating foods which is loaded with insecticides and pesticides. That means for the last 20-30 years, we have been filling toxins into our body, and today there is so much toxin accumulation in the body that we are facing problems of memory loss, weight gain, low testosterone level in men, joint inflammation, colon cancer, back pain, and many problems. And today people are not able to even sit for half an hour to 45 minutes because they just suddenly fall asleep because of the toxins in the body. So if you really want to be healthy, the most important thing is the nutrients should get into the cell and the toxins should come out of the cell. Then only our body is going to be healthy. And the transportation system, I told you, it's our water. You know, water, the chemical formula for water is H2O, and water never exists as a single molecule in the liquid state. It always comes in clusters. And the regular water is formed of 15 to 20 molecules. That means the size of the molecule is big. So it's not able to penetrate our cells. So less hydration, less nutrition, and less detoxification. But Kangen water is microclustered. It is made up of 5 to 6 molecules, smaller in size. So more penetration, more hydration, more nutrition, and more detoxification. Incidentally, the studies done by the Japanese on the Zamzam water, they proved that Zamzam water is hexagonal in shape. That means it is made up of 6 molecules and less. So that's the reason you have that particular property of penetration with Zamzam water too. Now, who proved this? Dr. Peter Agre did a research for the plumbing system of the cells, and in 2003 Dr. Peter Agre was given a Nobel Prize for his research. He proved that whatever nutrition gets into the cells gets in through small holes in the cells called aquaporins. And the aquaporins are so small that regular water cannot penetrate easily into it. But Kangen water is easily able to penetrate because it is smaller in size. Now, how to prove that the Kangen water is microclustered? For that, let me take you through. We all know that we all drink green tea. And what is the first thing that you do for making green tea? You boil the water. Why? Because the fact is, you cannot make green tea with room temperature water. But when you boil it, what happens? These bigger molecules are broken down. And they are broken down into smaller molecules, and they are able to penetrate and draw out the tea flip from the tea bags. So now I have got here a green tea, a brand called Lipton. Okay, so now first let me try making tea with cold, normal room temperature water. So I'm using the tap water. So let me pour this into this. Is it making tea? The answer is no. Now let me take the same tea bag and to see whether I can make tea with Kangen water. And the moment I pour this Kangen water, you can see instant tea. Let me take this bag and once again pour it in next glass. You can see here I am able to make instant tea. Let me take this and get into one more glass, and yes, once again I am making instant tea. So let me do now one thing for a change. Let me take this tea bag and once again try making tea with the normal Masafi water. Is it making tea? No. So once again let me take this same tea bag and see if I can make tea with Kangen water, and wow, instant tea. The reason for this is the molecules of Kangen water are microclustered. So they are able to penetrate and draw out the flavor of the tea. And so when you start drinking this Kangen water, this water actually reaches your brain within 60 seconds. And this water reaches your whole body within 12 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you will have to go in for Kangen movements, flushing out your toxins. Imagine when you take any other water, when you drink around 1 liter, what happens? Your stomach feels bloated. It stays bloated for a long time. But once you drink Kangen water, within 12 minutes, the body reaches the whole parts of the body, and after 20 minutes, you are able to go to the Kangen movements and flush out the toxins. So generally, how many times in a day do we go for the Kangen movements, maybe twice or thrice. That means we are not flushing out enough toxins. But once you start drinking Kangen water, you will be going for urination at least 7-8 times. That means every time you are urinating, you are flushing out your toxins. So because of the Kangen water, you are able to have more hydration, more nutrition and more detoxification. And because of this property of microcluster, since this water is able to reach the brain in 60 seconds, many doctors who are treating children with brain disorders are using this water, because this is able to hydrate the brain within 60 seconds. And brain is, more than 80 to 85% water. And most of the problems with the brain are because it's not getting sufficient water. So with this water, you can find miraculous changes in your migraine problems, half-headache problems, and for children, especially the autistic children, this is able to hydrate the brain much faster, so they will get miraculous changes in their body. So what we have seen, because of the third property of the Kangen water of microclustering, you have more hydration, more nutrition and more detoxification. Doctors in the US wanted to actually check whether this water really changes the system within 12 minutes. So what they did, they took the photo of the blood before and after 12 minutes after giving Kangen water, and this was the photo before and this is after. So this video is also available on the YouTube. You can check it out. If you check what does Kangen water do to our body, because of the first property of antioxidation, we are able to protect our organs, slow down our aging process, reduce fatigue and increase immunity. So who needs to do this? Everyone. And because of the second property of alkalization, we are able to help and prevent and reverse chronic diseases like obesity, diabetes, cancer, gout and even kidney problems. And because of the third property, it increases hydration, nutrition and detoxification, which improves the blood circulation and the energy levels. And because of the negative charge, it increases the healing capacity of the body by providing the necessary minus voltage to produce new cells. In fact, it increases our immunity by producing new cells, healthy cells. In fact, when people have taken this Kangen water, they have been consuming for the last 14, 15, 20 years, people have got so miraculous results that if you just go to the Google, YouTube and type Kangen water testimonials, you will find more than 12 to 13,000 videos on the YouTube. The videos could be as old as 7 or 8 years and could be as latest as just 1 hour back. This company has come to India around 19 months back, and if I just go and type Kangen water testimonials in India, you will find nearly 2,000 videos. Now many people ask, you are told all about facts, now give us some scientific evidence. So for the scientific evidence, you can go to this website, Scribed, and you can find the references, not 1, 2, 3, 4 studies. You can find 501 studies done on the Kangen water, which proves that it does what has been told. So if I ask you the question, do you see great value in drinking Kangen water daily? Yes or no?
Yes.
100. Now the thing is, this water is not available in the bottled form. This is only available through a very special machine, and that special machine is the Levelook SD501, a machine which is 100% made in Japan and in Japan only. There are no assembly points anywhere in the world. So this is the machine which was introduced to the domestic market in 1994, and since then lakhs of people have been drinking this water, and more than 960,000 machines have been sold worldwide in more than 170 countries. And in one of the most difficult countries to sell this machine, which is one of the most difficult countries, we can tell US. And in a country like US, the company has been working since the last 14 years. In fact, at present in US, more than 5,000 machines sell in the US alone every single month. And this is the machine, the Levelook SD501, which transforms our drinking water into healthiest water, which prevents, heals and reverses many chronic and degenerative disease. And this machine is called a water ionizer. And this is the only ionizer in the world which has got the medical grade certification, the ISO 13485. And this is the only company in the world which is approved by the Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Diseases, where more than 6,500 doctors have done the clinical studies about this water, and they have endorsed this water for the people of Japan. In fact, 1 out of every 6 homes in Japan have the Kangen machine. In fact, when we talk about US, there is an association called the Water Quality Association. And Energic is the only company in the world which has got the WQA Gold Seal Award in the water ionizer category. And that's what sets this apart from the rest. And that's the reason the global doctors, the most prominent doctors in the world are using these machines. This is Dr. Hiromi Shinya, who has performed more than 370,000 colonoscopies in the last 40 years. That means at an average of 25 to 30 colonoscopies per day continuously for the last 40 years. He spent 6 months in Japan and 6 months in the US, and he treats only the presidents, the prime ministers and the celebrities. He uses Kangen water in his treatment protocol. This is Dr. Horst Filzer, who is a cardiovascular surgeon, and he recommends this water to every human being. This is Dr. Corinne Allen, who uses Kangen water to treat children with brain disorders, because this water is able to reach the brain within 60 seconds. And this is Dr. Gerald Bresnahan, who is the cardiologist of Barack Obama, who also recommends this water for everyone. And he is also the cardiologist of the Queen of England and also the Pope. So a doctor of that caliber also recommends Kangen water for everyone. In fact, like I told you, 960,000 machines have been sold in the last 14 years, means many common people are drinking this water. Not just the common people. If you just go to the Google and type celebrities drinking Kangen water, why I am talking about celebrities? Because they are the people who look for the best in life. Because they have got all the money to take the best in the life. If you just go and type celebrities drinking Kangen water, you will find everyone from the president of US, from Bill Gates, from Tiger Woods, from the Hollywood actors, they all have been drinking this water for the last 10 years. That means we are talking about the best water in the world. So, not only the common people are drinking, even the celebrities drinking, means there is no other better water than this in the market for you to give to yourself and your family. Now coming to the most important part. What is it? Kitna paisa. The Levelook SD501 is a lifetime investment. This is a machine built in Japan by the Japanese after 50 years of research, and this is a machine that is built to last a lifetime. In fact, the machine which was produced in 1994 is still working and giving out the Kangen water. And this machine in Japan has got the certification to be sold as a medical device. In fact, what you are having is a medical device that you are using for your homes. That means of the highest standards. And this is the only machine in the world which has an patented e-cleaning system through which you can continuously clean the machine every month at home. It is a DIY unit. So this system you need not have any people from outside to come and maintain. You can do it all yourself. All you have to see it a couple of times. And this machine with such quality is having a uniform price globally. Whether you take it in the US, whether you take it in Australia, whether you take it in India, whether you take it in Japan, it is priced universally because they want to give the equality to the whole globe. And this machine, which is costing around 4,000 in the US, is costing here 14,950 in the Dubai, and the same price applies for the all GCC market. And to calculate the cost per day, I will not take 25 years, I will not take 20 years. Let me just take 15 years to be very conservative. Is it okay? So if I divide 14,950 by 15 years, the cost per year for the water is only 996. And if I divide this by 365, the cost per day for the water for the whole family is only 2.72 dirhams, less than 3 dirhams per day. And this is not 3 dirhams per person, not per liter. It is for the whole family. Let it be 2 people or let it be 8 people. Because this machine produces 4 to 6 liters of Kangen water per minute. And always when you're drinking Kangen water, drink it fresh. And the market is filled with ionizers from different countries. And with a cost maybe around half of it. But still, why should you use Kangen? Let me tell you. See, the heart of any machine is the engine. And the engine of Kangen is made up of 7 solid medical grade 99.9% purity titanium plates. Why? The most powerful conductor of electricity which will not get heated. And also it is coated with 99.9% medical grade platinum, so that it is the most rust-proof metal. So that is the reason they are using this metal, so that your machine is lasting for more than 20-25 years. Other companies cannot use it because these are materials are very costly, and they compromise by using the cheaper metals which are going to break down much faster. And this also has the water filter which removes the chlorine, the fluoride and the lead from your water, which is giving you the healthiest water at the end of the day. And when you make a comparison, you will find that you are comparing a Mercedes-Benz to any ordinary car. And not just that, it's not just words, it's documentation. Documentation beats conversation. So we have got all the global documents that proves each and every statement that I have told. So what would you choose for your family? A cheaper machine which could last for 1 year, 2 years, which could even give metal poisoning to you because it gets heated, or you would like to have a machine that is a medical grade machine and that could last a lifetime? What would you choose? Of course, Kangen machine. And that's the reason this is chosen as the most essential home appliance that is necessary for. You can see here there are different buttons here. The moment I press the first button, I get the Kangen water. When I press the second button, I get the clean water. This clean water is for children who are below 2 years, because their body is already alkaline. You don't have to make their body more alkaline. And this water is also used for taking allopathic medications, because some medications are acidic, some are alkaline. So always it is good to take the allopathic medications with neutral water, and that's exactly what this gives. And we all know that we should not drink water while eating. So always we have to drink water 1 hour before and 1 hour after food. But in case you would like to drink water during food, it's preferable to take the neutral water. And when you press the next button, you get one of the most powerful and prominent waters that each and everyone wants. That is the beauty water. And when you press the last button, the strong acid water, this machine is able to produce one of the best waters in the world that can protect your whole family from outside. One is the 11.5 pH strong alkaline water and the 2.5 pH strong acidic water. The specialty of this machine is there is no wastage of precious water. Whenever you press the Kangen water, from the water comes from the primary pipe, and from the secondary pipe you start getting beauty water with a pH of 5.5 to 6. And this water is the best water for everyone for the external skin. I told you the pH of the skin is slightly acidic, the same pH of the water. So whenever this water is able to touch the skin, what happens? Since both are of the same pH, the skin sucks the water and tightens the pores and lifts the skin. In fact, this water does the skin work of a skin toner. If I go to the market and buy a skin toner of this size, what is the cost? Anywhere between 20 dirhams up to 200 dirhams depending on the brand. And we don't call it as a skin toner, we call it only as a facial toner, because we cannot use it for the whole body. But with Kangen machine, you get unlimited facial toner. You can use it for the whole body, and that is the reason many people who are in the Hollywood, Tollywood and Bollywood fields are using this, because the most essential organ of the body is their skin. They are in the show business, and that's the reason they use this water for taking bath. And many prominent people have installed these machines just only for the beauty water into their bathrooms. So this is the beauty water from this machine, which you get unlimited, which can be the best skin toner and the best toner for the whole body. You know, many people apply this toner to the head. Why? Because this water is able to close your pores and tighten your hair roots. So one of the best reasons why people take this is, by using this water for rinsing the hair, they can reduce their hair fall. And the standing example you can see is a friend of mine who used to never have the hair, so always he keeps his head clean shaven. But later, every day when he started buying the machine, he started drinking Kangen water, and he started always spraying this. After 4 months, when he started drinking Kangen water and spraying this beauty water on his head, this was his image. The hair has come back. And that is one of the reasons why the home ministers at home are very happy, because this is able to reduce the hair fall in a very big way, and also promote the growth of hair, because the Kangen water is able to take the nutrients right to the roots of the hair, and this beauty water is able to close the pores and tighten the roots of the hair. And this is the only ionizer in the world that can produce these waters, which is the 11.5 strong alkaline water and the strong acidic water 2.5H by adding what is called an enhancer. Now let me talk about the 11.5 water. We all know today whatever foods we are eating today is coated with insecticides and pesticides. These preservatives, these insecticides, the pesticides are coated in such a way that even if rain comes, it cannot be washed. So if rain cannot wash these fruits and vegetables in the rice, do you think your tap water can wash it? Never. Because they spray this with an oil-based chemicals. And oil doesn't mix with water. So how much ever you wash, these pesticides are not removed, and we are having the toxic impact of nerve damage, mutation, liver damage, cancer, infertility, hormone disorders, and many problems which we are facing because we are not able to remove the toxins. But the same fruits and vegetables, if you are able to wash with the 11.5 water, what happens? It is able to clean all these toxins. How? This water can do something which our ordinary water cannot do. Now to show how the 11.5 water can eliminate all the toxins from the food, I am going to take a small onion and I am just going to cut it into two halves, and I am going to immerse this onion one half into one bottle and the other half of the onion into another bottle. So the first part of the onion I am going to wash with the regular water. I am using the Masafi. Let me add some water into this. And the second part of the onion I am going to wash with the 11.5 water. And this is the 11.5 water taken from the SD501. And this water, once you store it in the dark containers, you can store this up to 8 to 10 days. Okay? And when you look into it, it's nothing but water. And this water has many medical properties. And when this is used as a medicine, this can reverse many chronic diseases. And this is much smaller than the regular waters. But the taste of this water is not so good. So, but when you take it as a medicine, it has many beneficial properties. Okay. So the second one, second part of the onion, I'm going to wash with this 11.5 water. Okay. So let it lie for some time. So why is this water able to do something which the other waters cannot do? For that, I will take a little of sesame oil. And let me put little sesame oil into the first glass and the same amount of sesame oil into the second glass. So now what I do is I pour water, regular water into. So what happens? Oil and water doesn't mix, so the oil floats. But once I take this same 11.5 water which I have here, and when I start putting it into this, you can see that the oil is emulsified. So this 11.5 water has the ability to break the oil. So that is able to wash away all the toxins which are there, which the normal water could not do. So let me give a small stir to both of this. And once I take out this water, let me pour it back into the glass here and see what has come out. So this is the water after immersing the onions in the 11.5 water, and this is the water after immersing into the ordinary water. So what has come out? Literally nothing. But what has come out from this water? You can see the greenish tinge. This is all the pesticides and insecticides which the regular water could not remove. Now if I ask you one question, would you drink this water? Would you give it to your children? Never. But unfortunately, we are taking these poisons every day, and that's one of the major reasons why we are having so many problems by all these toxins getting to our system. But once you wash the same fruit with the Kangen water, it's able to emulsify the oil and take out all the poisons, the insecticides and pesticides, and make our food 100% safe from all these insecticides and pesticides. When this 11.5 water comes from the primary pipe, from the secondary pipe you get the strong acidic water 2.5. And this 2.5 water has been tested in universities in US and Japan, and it has been noted to eliminate bacteria and virus like E. coli, Salmonella, tuberculosis, Staph, MRSA, and many other bacteria, funguses and virus. In fact, this strong acidic water 2.5 was approved for disinfecting food products in the US way back in 2002. And this water 2.5 is the best sterilizing water with zero chemicals. In fact, this water is used to sterilize even hospital equipments in many hospitals. And this is also used for sterilization in many of the restaurants. In fact, when people start drinking Kangen water, from inside what happens? It's removing all the toxins out. And once you take this 2.5 water and start spraying for the skin on the infected parts, it's killing all the bacteria. And after that, once you take the beauty water and spray it on the infected parts of your skin, it's closing all the pores and tightening of the skin. So when all these three things are done in succession, miracles happen to your skin. Here is eczema which has been reversed within 2 weeks of doing this process. Drinking Kangen water, spraying acidic water and spraying the beauty water. In 2 weeks, eczema cleared without any relapse. And what about psoriasis? Same process. After 1 month, after 1.5 months, and after 2 months, psoriasis cleared. And what about chronic psoriasis? Cleared in 6 months. And pets, the wound, spraying the acidic water, totally cleared within 30 days. And now, what happens when people have a diabetic ulcer and they come to the hospitals? The legs are amputated. But here, in most of the hospitals in Japan, they use this water for cleaning the wounds, killing the bacteria, and that is able to heal the wounds better, and they are able to protect and save the legs from amputation. What is the cost of a leg? So this water can do what most of the other things cannot do. And this is one particular testimony which I wanted to share. This is a person in Kerala who had psoriatic arthritis and blood cancer. And no hospital was actually willing to accept him for treatment because they were all afraid what would happen. So then one of my friends, he started giving this person 9.5 water for drinking and 11.5 water for drinking and spraying the whole body with 2.5 acidic water, and the biggest miracle happened in 90 days. In 90 days, a person like this was transformed to this. So what we have got is the most essential home appliance, because this is more essential than anything else, because this covers 70% of our body and gives you the ultimate health. All the 5 waters. It's like having a doctor at your home. So if you really want to enjoy good health, the choices are, you can go in for the best machine, and that is the SD501. This is the flagship model, and this is costing 14,950 in the GCC, in the Gulf region. And you know that our company is a global company, and these machines are sold world over. So there are places where sometimes the voltage is up and down. So for that, the company has devised a new machine, that is the K8, with 8 titanium plates. And this is a machine that works on any voltage from 110 up to 260. So for people can go for this, for people who are traveling worldwide. And for hospitals and restaurants, you require more of acidic and alkaline water. For them, you can go in for the Super 501, which has 12 plates, 7 plates for the acidic and alkaline water, and 5 plates exclusively for the Kangen water. The choice is yours. And for people, you are having the municipality water, you can connect it directly to the tap by using a set of pre-filters. And for people who have groundwater where the TDS is high, it is advisable to bring down the TDS through an RO machine to anywhere between 80 and 150, and then use a booster pump which can boost 4 liters per minute into the machine. And for people who still love to drink only bottled waters, you can still connect the booster pump to the bottled water and connect it to your machine. The end of the day, the most important thing is you give the best of the 70% what your body requires, and the best is the Kangen water. So that's the reason this is the best lifetime gift that you can give to your body and to your family at 2.72 dirhams per day. And this machine comes with a time warranty of 5